Evening and welcome to this week 9's Rel Gman Roundup. Without Gamba, unfortunately. You're here with me, Full Metal COS. We've got Gengar in the house. Gengar, say hello.
I'm eating pizza.
And we've got my stairs as a special guest. Still don't know necessarily how you pronounce that. Maybe we'll finally find out how to pronounce that name. My stairs.
Just call him
bastard. I want his pizza right now.
Yeah, Gengar, stop talking about pizza. Stop talking about my stairs. My stairs, say hello.
Hey, what's up?
So how is it pronounced? The burning question on everyone's lips.
It's how I want to pronounce it.
Mistairs?
Meant to be pronounced. Yeah.
Okay, you heard it here first, guys. It's Mistairs, apparently. But everyone's now still going to know him as Staircase. That's not the point. We now know how it's supposed to be pronounced. So when we know we're dissing him, that's all good. Anyway, start with Gman Division 1. And there's been some brutal games. And I can attest to this because I played in one of them. But there's been a lot of blood and a lot of touchdowns in Division 1.
Let me start by saying that Venetia, which is also a good friend of mine, started by posting a Steam picture of his dead elf team.
Yes.
Simply with one sad tear rolling around his eyes.
I'm going to link the Steam picture under the YouTube video so everybody can join in the sadness and the tears because my word, it was messy, dude.
His TV got from 1,800, 1,700 to 1,400.
And he
I
also
was watching that game, and he couldn't do anything. He couldn't do a go for it. He couldn't do a dodge. It just he would try and do something, Elf would just roll over and die.
I believe he actually made a leap into Miss Next Game, into Miss Next Game, which is pretty impressive. When you literally your war dancers can't leap to save their life, it's not good, especially.
That's pretty much a leap of faith.
But we have actually seen Venetia slip to 3rd place due to, a couple of things that have happened. Reddit Rat Dota got a pretty convincing win as well. If we take a quick look into that one, where Reddit Rat Dota 4-0 against the Orican Remnants, and I believe there was a pretty bloody match as well. They actually had a dead Blitzer, who was a level 3 Blitzer with tackle and blodge.
Wait.
And he got the MVP on the Orica Remnants.
Is Orican Remnants getting bashed again?
Yes, Orica Remnants are getting murdered once again. They got an entire 7 SPP, 5 of which went on a dead Blitzer, compared to just the bucket loads of SPP that were picked up by Reddit Rat Dota.
What's up with that coach and missing his key pieces to death?
But doesn't Reddit Rat Dota have 2 claw pieces? I'm pretty sure.
They didn't last time I checked them. I believed that I was the only one with an actual claw. They may have picked up some up recently. Let's have a quick look. They have got a claw, Mighty Blow, Storm Vermin. They've actually only got they've got a fresh Storm Vermin as well. So they've got 1 claw.
To be fair, looking at your claw piece, Claw Mighty Blow all of a sudden doesn't look that scary anymore.
Well, to be fair, my claw piece finally got off the ground a little bit. If you look at my game, I went 3-0 against Lizard Rhymes,
But you mostly injured AV7 pieces, so you didn't really need the claw.
The claw did nothing. I'm not saying the claw did anything. In fact, I actually spent a significant amount of the game, and the game is up on YouTube and it's linked in the subreddit as well. But I spent a significant amount of the game hunting his. See if I can find the name of it. No, I actually spent a significant amount of the game. You were there with me, Gengar. I was trying to claw down his tackle piece.
Yeah, that worked. That worked out really well.
It didn't work out well at all because the claw did nothing against the tackle piece. What actually happened was a line rat punched the tackle piece to death after about 16 turns of... No, after about 10 turns of...
Right.
Of clawing him. It was ridiculous. In the end, I switched the claw piece to kill... Skinks, and that worked out really well for me and got me a 3-0, plus some ridiculously actual positive leaping effects from a gut runner.
I remember that, except you were now complaining that your Lion Rat managed to kill a Saurus because he's got too much experience now.
Yeah, if he gets two SPP more, he's going to level up again, and you don't want a kick Lion Rat getting another skill because he's just wasted TV.
Make Lion Rat glorious again.
In other areas, Mount Lamanite Coldbloods took a fairly predictable victory from Midsummer Nights. I think Lamanite Coldbloods are much higher up the table than the Midsummer Nights, so it's not too much of a surprise to see that win. Thorin and Company took a really, really needed win off of Mark Schionig Morgwenig. I still can't pronounce Stefan's team name. He's actually had a really bad couple of weeks. He was, a few weeks ago we were talking about this team as being a potential threat for the leaderboard, this Brett team, and they've actually slipped down to 13th place now.
Oh, same place as
To
me.
be fair, Thorin and company really deserve the win because that team has gotten a bashing of none other seen before.
Yeah, I mean,
Freaking
this
lightning bolts are killing them.
Yeah.
this is very true. It's worthy of note. This is still an incredibly close league. I mean, if you look, I'm currently joint with the Midsummer Knights at 4-1-4. Jungle Corsairs are 4-2-3. Lamanai Coldbloods are 5-1-3. You know, any team within the top, I think 7 or 8 could easily push for maybe even the top 9. You know, Monsters of Rock if they have a good couple of weeks, and they took a win this week. They could potentially, you know, anyone can make it with a few weeks left. We've got how many weeks? We've got 4 weeks left. Sorry.
Trust me, things in Division 2 are a lot more boring.
Well, we'll move on to Division 2 in a second. But as I say, the teams
I'm just looking at Baling right now of the Thorin Company, which is a Slayer with 1, 2, 3, level 5, a level 5 Slayer.
Thorin Company. They've certainly got their team value back up a bit. Yeah, he's pretty scary. I wouldn't. Oh god, Juggernaut, piling on, tackle, mighty blow, frenzy. I wouldn't be surprised to see bounties coming out on Berlin pretty soon. You know, Slayer's one of the easier targets to take on a dwarf team because the armor value 8, but still.
This guy has 2 rows of skills.
Look,
I don't think I've seen it before on the Blood Bowl character. It just has like 2 complete rows full of skills.
Well, you know, but Slayers kind of cheat because they start with 1 row.
They start with 4.
Exactly, so that's a complete row of skills.
He's getting another. His throwers, his new runner that's supposed to replace the old one is getting pretty leveled up too. He's level 5.
And he's got nice skills. He's got a movement and blodge and pass block. And, you know, he's got some good skills. He
only is missing the +1 agility to become like the ultimate.
Yeah, but like 2 doubles and a movement increase in 4 levels is pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, well, I guess Gimli would have been the one that he had to rehire, but I mean, the one that's in a position to actually replace him for the team is doing well at least.
Also, so Monsters of Rock completed destroyed high sales. Thorin and Company defeated Stephen's Blitzes. Bretonians, sorry.
Yes, let's call them Stefan's Bretonians rather than actually trying to pronounce their name, because frankly, no.
Elven Fantasy, 1 versus interdimensional bullshit. I think that's a high elf off, isn't it?
The Interdimensional is a high elf team. He's a very good, decent coach, great guy. Diced the hell out of me a couple of weeks ago, which was so unpleasant.
Elven Fantasy lost a player, actually, it looks like.
Yeah, but Elven Fantasy pretty much won the high elf bout, so they had like the best high elf team of all the high elves.
Yeah, I mean, Elven Fantasy are the team that all high elves aspire to be, I believe. Although they have got a couple of level 1 linemen, so that's something.
To be fair, Pomple 4 Chargers got a TV value of 1,900 at the moment.
Really? Wow, that's upsetting to me. Yeah, they've actually got quite a nice team as well. They've got a player with a level up. I'm assuming that's probably a normal, given that they haven't chosen a skill for it yet. But, you know, it could be a double, easily. On an Elven lineman, you got a lot of choice as well. He's already got Mighty Blow, which is really mean. He's also got an RG5 guard piece.
He has 21k in the bank, which means that that's added to the TV value.
Yeah, that's going to help boost it a little bit, but to be fair, he can just buy and sell something.
Yeah, he's going to drop 200 TV value then. Like, this is maybe also something for, like, people new to Blood Bowl 2, but not new to Blood Bowl in general. Nice to know. If you go above 150k in cash on hand, that will go into your TV value, and all of it will go into your TV value. So let's say you got 180k, all of that will go into TV value.
Absolutely correct. And, I mean, I'm just looking at... take a quick look at next week. There's some big games coming up as well. There's the 2 Elven teams are clashing, Elven Fantasy versus Pemple Fort Chargers. So we'll finally be able to answer the question of who is the best European elf coach. Mm-hmm. We've got High Sales versus Reddit Rat Daughter, which is a massively important game because that's number 1 versus number 3 on the table.
Yeah, but High Sales is really hurt, so Reddit Rat Daughter pretty much can get an easy win here.
It's never an easy win against Venator, dude.
Well, true,
as
but
long
still.
as Long Bong survives, it's fine.
Well, if Longbong gets killed, there's a bounty of mine coming in because I've bountied that guy. So if you're watching, head coach of Reddit Rat Dota, and I can't remember your name, and I'm so very sorry, but there's so much to remember, and I forget it all. Who is it? It's Hamboy. Of course, it's Hamboy. How can I forget that? Sorry, Hamboy. But if he can get that kill, he could get clever bounty, and he'd really set high sales back. Speaking for myself, I've got the Mount Lamanai Coldbloods, which I've had a warm up with Lizard Rhymes this week, but I know Kedgeru very well. He's actually quite a guy I speak to a lot between games and talk about this league and stuff. And I'm very worried about this game. Sorry, Gengar, what did you say?
He's a pretty scary coach as well.
He's a very good coach. I mean, he's 5-1-3 for the season so far, and it's always a good game playing against him, but it's always difficult. So I'm looking forward to that game, but I'm also pretty scared. If Claw works well, I could get a surprise win, but if he gets his tackle pieces in the right places, he could destroy me.
And he has 2 of them.
Oh yes, I'm fully aware of this.
Thorn and company gets to come off of their big game and fight some more elves, so that should be good for him.
Yeah, it's always nice for a dwarf team to get to beat up some elves, pull some pointy ears off. Monsters of Rock get a good gut shot at Lizard Arm as well, and Monsters of Rock, if they win this, they could, some kind of wizard really has some momentum coming up. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. He's moved up to 9th, and if he takes this, that could potentially put him in position to pressure for qualification, depending on how the rest of the week goes. So,
I like the top 4 at the moment, though.
Hey man, I'm in 7th.
No, I'm just saying it's like Skaven, High Elf, Wood Elf, Lizard Man. It's such a nice balance.
Yeah, it's a really nice division. It's one of the few divisions I've seen in because considering this is the 3rd year we've been running the Gman now. It's interesting how there's not more bashy teams in there, to be honest, and the Agi teams are kind of coming through quite a bit.
I think it's interesting that there's still a lot of people stuck in that relegation, or at least trying to prevent relegation race. I mean, even the Midsummer Knights and your team could still be pulled into it if the teams below them start doing a little better. And like you said, some kind of there's Monsters of Rock are already climbing out of there, so somebody's going to have to fill that void.
Absolutely, it's kind of interesting that teams can go either way. Now, I'm going to switch over to Gengar's speciality, which is the Gman 2. Now, I'm not sure if if you're aware, is the Nordic Superstars versus the Sunbros actually going ahead, or is one of those teams passed up this week?
No, I think they still need to play each other.
Okay, because they're running out of time. We're literally.
I know. But it's Mr. Raki versus Sunbaiter. I got them both on Steam, and normally I think they were planning to actually play the match versus each other. So.
Well, that's very interesting to me that hasn't gone ahead. The rest of the season. There was a 3-3? Jesus Christ, what happened there? That's a lot of touchdowns for one game, especially with Orcs.
It's Orcs versus Skaven.
Skaven had 3 deaths?
That's disgusting. Oh, they even got the MVP on the dead Storm Vermin.
A dead AG7 Storm Vermin. What? 2 kills, 3 injuries, 2... Oh my word, what the...
It was about time that Storm Vermin died.
I think that might have been dead into dead, because it says 2 kills, but then it says 3 deaths, so...
3 deaths could be from him failing a dodge or something, though.
That's true. What is that team looking like with 3 deaths coming off that? 1270, so they're not, crushed. I mean, he must have had some gold in the bank, because he seems to have replaced... He's got a strength 2 lineman. He's got 2 strength 2 linemen. Ouch, man.
He used to be 1,400 or 1,500 even.
He's got no... Has he got... Well, no, he's got 1 Storm Vermin with guard. A movement 6...
He's only got 3 gutter runners. I don't know if he had 4 before, but... Not pretty.
His gutter runner died. The one with which had wands.
Yeah, 9th Hell's been picked up fresh because he's got 0 SPP. This is a rat team on the verge of implosion if they suffer many more casualties. To be honest,
I don't think we'll be seeing him next season.
No, he can stick it out, but I think if we see him next season, he's gonna have to walk through the fire and the flames, as it were, to survive. Whereas the Orc team is going for... I mean, they've got an Agi 4 Mighty Blow Blitzer and an Agi 4 Blodge Blitzer. That Agi 4 Blodge Blitzer is just disgusting.
Somewhere, but you gotta remember that Undead is going to get released.
This is true, and Undead being released is certainly going to affect Division 2 a lot more than Division 1.
Yes. A lot of people which have shit teams now are probably going to try to roll that. Also, I'm looking at the 99ers now, and I see 2 Claw Mighty Blow pieces. What is happening to this team? Are they actually becoming Chaos?
Yeah, we don't have many actual Chaos. I mean, because some kind of wizard in Division 1 doesn't have any Claw.
No, I think we're actually getting Kill Chaos. I see 2 Mighty Blow Claw pieces getting developed.
They have got one of the Agi 4 Beastman does have a minus armor though, so that's kind of scary for them. One of their Claw players has minus movement, which is a Beastman, so he's not too scary because obviously he's got to get movement to blitz. He hasn't got block. I like the balls deep nature of that. Yeah, who needs block? Just take Mighty Blow and Claw. It'll be fine.
Those injuries were my job.
Oh, you jerk! I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some pie.
Alright, most days, no worries, my friend. Do you play the... You're the Nodal and Vargs, aren't you? You played Avignon Priests. How did that match go?
He conceded turn 3.
Oh, this is the one you were telling me about. That's... If the other coach doesn't agree, that's questionable, guys. Let's try and stay away. I don't want to focus too hard on that, but let's try and stay away from conceding if we can, folks.
Yeah, his excuse was that he was drunk, and now he's Russian, so I might give it a pass, but still.
He has... Father Fetus is getting more and more horrific. He's got a movement 10, sprint, 2 heads, gutter runner, but no block.
That gutter runner was worth nothing, because I already destroyed it during our game.
Why has he got Hail Mary pass on a gutter runner? That's intriguing to me. As a fellow rat coach, that's a strange choice.
Yeah, just to throw the ball away and can get it somewhere, but... I don't know. That my game versus him was short but sweet, because I did really put on a hurting in those 3 turns I had.
I think he needs to pick up some alignment as well, because he's got alignment off, so he's actually starting with a Lona, which is never nice.
Anyway, this does mean that next week I'm going to get a bye week and I'm going to remain in the lead.
You're currently top? Oh, that's... No, wait. Shadow Hill Cowboys are top.
He is top because he has 3 more touchdowns than I do.
Well, that's still first place, dude.
But I get a free win next week. And
Heretics of Lilith are doing insanely well as well.
Yeah.
I feel like I talk about this team every week, but it just comes from the fact that this is a team that got absolutely crushed in their first week, to the point that they had to re-roll from the Angels. I find
it's funny how they started as the Angels of Lilith, and after game 2 they changed into the Heretics of Lilith.
Oh no, it was after game 1 when they lost half their team in one match. Yeah. I mean, the team would have, if it had pushed on with the Angels, it would have been like a bottom of the division, trying to survive. The fact that he had the guts and the effort to actually go back, start a fresh team in week 2, I really admire that. And the fact that he's now gone 7-1-1 and is threatening the top of the leaderboard. I mean, Andy 90, you've got infinite respect from me.
Yeah, I just find it funny how he went from good to evil and now he's doing well.
Well, there's a lesson in life there. What else have we had this week? Any other surprises? Any other things we would...
So, Shadow Hill Cowboys and Heretics of Lilith both got a bye week this week. So they both had a free win.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had to earn my win.
Oh, I feel so bad for you, my friend.
But if you look at next week, they both have to play a match. And I'm getting a bye week. So they have to prove themselves now, while I'm sitting at... And
the Avignon Priests, who had a bad start, had a bad week this week against Bargain Boozers, which I believe is a dwarf team, isn't it?
A dwarf team with a death roller.
It's never fun playing rats into dwarves. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but it's like going from the Bashy Killer Nulls team to the Bashy Killer Dwarf team.
Thing is, though, you say Shadow Hill Cowboys have to play a match, but they're playing a match against a very hurt Skaven team. Heavy Arms, Light Fingers took a battering this week, so you know that may not be too bad for them.
Oh shit! And they're going to get a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, they could maintain that lead based on touchdowns.
If this happens, then I actually might be able. I actually am going to get the second spot in this division. Not because I actually did bad, but because we're going to have the same wins-losses sort of a streak, and they're just going to have more touchdowns.
So what you need to do...
I defeated them 1-on-1.
So what you need to do is you need to start scoring more touchdowns, because that number 1 spot is obviously, you know, the really coveted spot, because that's the one that gets to go on for the playoffs, for the words and Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Yes. No, that's the Super Bowl spot, and you really want to try and get that if you're in. You know, because
I mean, you want to get the auto promotion too. I mean,
I'm hoping that Bleeding Hippie with the 99 Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, it could go, but I mean, ultimately, yeah, as Master says, it's perfectly correct. Not only do you get a shot at the Super Bowl, which means you get a few more games, which could give you even more SPP and TV, although it could also have modded players. You also get the auto promotion to Division 1, which is pretty huge, because that means you don't have to play for your seat. Whereas in 2 to 4, you've got to play for your seat. And I mean, I'm really excited to see how this works out, because it was, you know, because kind of it was my idea, which, you know, I'm not blowing my own trumpet. It's part of the reason it's exciting, because I want to know if it works, if I'm actually, you know, what I thought was a good idea is a good idea, but it could be really, you know, if it works well, it could be really good fun matches to watch as well, because, you know, you're literally watching people play for their division spot.
Yeah, we're going to have to do, like, a bunch of matches when that comes out.
How Erwendel's team value just dropped to 1,200, and I think he actually got a bashing from the other Chaos team.
Yeah, it looks like he might have done. And no, you're right. Oh my god, he's got 2 movement upgrades on a Beastman. That's horrible. And an RG4 Chaos Warrior. That's bizarre. That's some very interestingly leveled Chaos team. He's got Claw without Mighty Blow.
It's a very agility. Yeah, but I'm looking at the matches saying, like, Urwendel's Chance got 2 armor breaks on the 99ers. The 99ers got 14 armor breaks back at him.
Well, that's pretty nuts. As I say, Gman Div 2 is much more a top and a bottom of the board, whereas Div 1 is very close. Div 2 is all about 5 coaches, basically. 99ers, Big Bang Bashers, Heretics of Lilith, Northern Vargs, and Shadow Hill Cowboys. It is going to be one to watch, because those 5 teams, if they've got any matches against each other in the next couple of weeks, they're going to be grudge matches. They're going to be playing down to the wire.
Bleeding Hippie got 23 SPP last match.
That's insane.
That's horrible.
Dusting.
Well done, Bleeding Hippie, by the way.
I think that's pretty normal. Just a second.
Now I need to go find the other league. We'll switch over to something that Misters knows a little bit more about, which is the REL.
Yeah, last 4 games I got 80 SPP.
That's nuts. You bash teams are just crazy to me. But yeah, looking into this, it looks like there's... I hate this. I hate that people don't level up. I know why they do it. I've had explained why they do it. But it still upsets me. Level your skills up. Gamba actually hasn't played this week.
I heard his opponent doesn't get back until like 4 a.m. in the morning or something. He said he might just have to make it 0-0, but I haven't talked to him in a few days, so I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to make a decision. Obviously, Gamba can't make the decision on his match, because, you know, that we made it so that he can't auto-moderate his own matches, because that would be slightly...
The first thing I see here is the Dota All-Stars versus a Game of Roses 1-5.
Yeah,
now, what
it was disgusting.
Why haven't both teams verified?
I actually do not know.
I think one of them verified, but the other one didn't, out of disgust.
Really?
And then you get that situation where an admin actually has to come in and verify it.
Yeah,
okay, well...
Game of Roses got literally 2 blitzes on the All-Stars, and after a while it was pretty much all is said and done. Like, there's no way.
Looking at those scores, I truly want to... I want to go and watch and commentate that game. That looks insane.
Actually, there was a bit of an upset in this division. The Handsome Jacks actually tied the Pastry Pests. So our first seed tied our 9th.
That's
which was Handsome Jacks are a new team like me that they got dropped in.
That's really big. Was it a dicing or was it just
no, the Handsome Jacks got that crazy ogre with piling on, block, break, tackle.
That ogre took out like 3 gutter runners in a row or something ridiculous. I was watching. The
I
game.
love Huge Jackman. Huge Jackman is not only one of my favourite player names of any of the divisions, but he's just so mean. I mean, look at the skills.
Huge Jackman parties too hard. That's why there's a bounty. When you kill him, you get the game party hard for Steam.
Yeah, but the fact that he's got piling on, block and break, he got block, which was really nice for him, and then he's obviously got piling on and break tackle. It's even if he does level up, unless he gets a start or a double. I mean, what is there for Huge Jackman to really get at this point? Like stand firm, grab,
tackle.
Yeah, but he's got to get the double for that. You don't default get the double. Or at least I certainly know I don't.
Guards.
But he's pretty scary. The rest of the team don't look so hot though,
Blotch guard, which is okay. Edgy 4 tackle guard, which is really okay. Mighty Blow block, about to level up. I guess he's going to be the piling on piece. Then there's a Fresh Blitzer, which was a replacement for Blitz Blitzer. Then we got a Thrower, which is injured, but he's shit anyway.
Well, I'd say what interests me about this is it's a human team with 0 catches.
A dirty player, which is nice. And
a movement increased dirty player, so you can run from further away to kick them in. He's got 2 dirty players.
That's second dirty player, even though I like dirty players. I'm sorry, but that's just loading a TV for no.
I was gonna say, Gengar, is Vapor Gecko like an alt account of yours?
Actually, I was going to say something just because I watched the whole game basically, and the one thing I noticed is he doesn't actually tend to foul at all.
Why does he have dirty players then?
I don't know, but if you're watching this Vapor Gecko, foul as much as you possibly can.
Watch my games, learn.
And then when you're done, foul more. Watch my games. Well, I foul ridiculously. Buy a bribe, and just foul all day.
You foul without dirty player.
Yeah, I don't have dirty player.
Do you know how well?
I've got something like 5 line rats at 5 SPP. I can't.
Do you know how well it increases the odds if you got that skill?
If I get an easy game anywhere in my schedule, I'm literally going to sit line rats at the back of the field and just pass the ball between them to get that 1 SPP each. I swear to God.
You should do so because it's going to make your team a menace.
Or it's just going to unnecessarily blow up my team value. One of the two. Anyway, what else we got here? I can't believe that 5-1, dude. That is insane.
USS Lachil lost 2 versus 1 versus the protagonists.
Sulaco. It's the Sulaco. It's an Aliens reference. Come on, dude.
You want to hear the armor breaks for that game? The protagonists had 20 and Sulaco had 4.
Wow. Ouch.
Well, the aliens are winning for a reason.
And there was only like a 6 block difference or something like that. They both had around 50 blocks. It's rather unfortunate.
51 blocks succeeded, 20 armor breaks. 45 blocks succeeded. He did score 1 injury out of, 4 armor breaks? So in 4 armor breaks, you got a KO and an injury. That's not too bad. But compared to...
The aliens are winning for a reason.
And provocative protagonists don't need any more. They're already a really strong team. I mean, Sukari's a great coach anyway, and he knows lizards like the back of his hand.
You're making me sad for
next
week.
Horny. After getting the beating from Gamba, after getting a drop in TV, they still won versus the New Day, which is like the number 1, I think, in the whole fucking.
Well, this is a scary chaos team. This is someone actually injured one of the Warriors. That's just a miss next game. But they've got a claw pom. They've got a claw pom Chaos Warrior there.
Yeah, but they dropped a lot of TV. Like they were 1,700. Now they're 1,400. What did Crickets of Horny do to them?
I'll tell you in a moment.
I think they had a Minotaur.
Got 11 armor breaks.
I don't think. No, I went back and checked. They didn't have the Minotaur at the start of the game. I don't think.
Okay, 41 blocks succeeded, 2 KOs, 4 injuries, 1 kill from Crickets. Compared to New Day Co-op, 50 blocks, 3 KOs, 2 injuries.
Wait, the Crickets have only scored a kill, right?
Yes, sir. But that may have been re-rolled into an injury from Apple. So it's.
What I was about to say, because I don't see any goats. He probably killed the piling on Claude Chaos Warrior because he's the only one who's injured.
Yeah, maybe re-rolled it to miss next game. It could be an interesting game to watch, to be honest, because they're both great coaches. We know this to be true, but a 2-1. Yeah, sorry. Where did that come out at?
2-0.
2-0. Yeah, it could be a very interesting. There's a lot of games I kind of want to do commentary on.
Then we have the Knights Who Send Me, who won versus Odin's Bard, which was a bloody game. Mistias, why don't you tell us about it?
Well, it was a little bit unfortunate for Spoony Bard for like the first half because the start of like every turn I was injuring a player. My first block of the game, I injured a guy. I ended up killing his Ulf Warner like a 6th turn in. Rather unfortunate. But it kind of turned back his way during the second half when he KO'd most of my team, but we managed to pull it out, which is not something I thought I would ever have to say.
To be fair, looking into this, 24 blocks succeeded, 2 KOs, 3 injuries, 1 kill. Now he did 40 successful blocks, 5 KOs, 2 injuries. So really, he did actually outblock you. You just got better injuries and kills.
A lot of my armor breaks were actually from fouling.
That's what peasants are for.
Yeah, that's why we hire peasants.
Yep, and the thing with Norse anyways is they're always going to outblock you because they always get 2 blocks with the frenzy.
This is true.
Not only that, they always have a block built in as well, so basically if you block them without blocking, there's a big chance you're just going to get double blocked.
Most of those blocks ended up being against peasants, and I couldn't care less if they died.
Has to be said, I quite like the. I don't think it's going to hurt you too badly if this proposed blitzer change comes in, because you've only got like 1 agi skill on one of your blitzers.
Also, Spoony Bard now owns a guard +1 movement allowance runner.
That's nice.
That's nice. It's nice.
And also a guard berserker, and a mighty blow berserker, an agi 2 guard runner.
I hate the fact that some coaches actually put guard on berserkers. I know it's somewhere needed to actually make bash works versus bash your teams, but I'm happy that my guys learned +1 strength instead.
He's got a couple of armor busts in there though, which is, an armor 7 Ulf Wearer, even though he's got block, is going to hurt him a little bit there. The armor 6 lineman is. I think he needs to just stick him on the line of scrimmage and let nature take its course. To be honest,
if he gets enough money, he should basically fire the Ulf Werner and get a new one. It's the first thing he should do.
He was going to, and then I killed his other one.
He has got a mighty blow Yeti, which is nice.
Oh yeah, that Yeti leveled up in our game, I think, shortly before I fouled it off the pitch.
Well, that's what Yetis are for, right?
Be happy that the Yeti wasn't in your game then, because my Mighty Blow Claw Yeti pretty much made a number of the Bretonians I faced.
I actually took a strength off of it, but then he Apo'd it, and that's why the Ulfwerner died, because he didn't have the Apo left.
Crimson Pride, meanwhile, got a much needed
expensive.
buy by the look of it. This is a team that's. I don't know if they're intentionally trying to keep their team value low, but they're a very low team value.
No, they've been beaten up a bit. When I played them last week, they had like 3 loners.
Fair enough.
I gotta say, their ogre is ready to get fired because he's level 3 and he didn't get block. Also, his blitzes are 5 SPP, 5 SPP, 5 SPP, all ready to level up. So this could become a really good team.
My rat syndrome, dude, but on actually more important players.
Yep.
Looking at this, quick check at the leaderboard then. Pastry Pests still dominating with 7 and 2. Cricket to Horny 6-2-1, which is a really good score for them. Horny Cricket having a hell of a season. 1900
Horny
TV.
Cricket, I think, is going to aim to become world champion again, stealing the title from
it was Thorin, wasn't it?
Thorin Toron and Company was our last season's world champion, but Crickets of Holney was our first season's world champion. So Crickets of Holney might be looking for revengeance.
Not just revenge, but also the chance to be the first team to actually hold the position twice, which would be interesting for them. Looking at it though, it looks like it's a bit more cut and dried in this. Well, provocative protagonists are going to have to be careful because they're 5-2-2, whereas there's 3 teams on 4 behind them. So that could easily push them out, although the Dota All-Stars did take a bashing this time, so maybe not so much of a threat as they were before this week. Looking into the following week, Cricket to Horny have got Alpha Sigma Sigma, which looks like, without meaning to be too horrible to King of the Cosmos, he's not had the best season, whereas Cricket to Horny are just having a fantastic season, so we'd expect to see that go his way. Provocative protagonists, we know, are playing you, Stairs. I don't even want to know. I know you're quite concerned about this.
I'm so sad.
The Dota All-Stars have got a bye, which is very nice for them. Game of Roses versus Odin's Bards. So, if Game of Roses have another week like this week, I mean, they're not... Are they even on the... Yeah, no, they're 6th. There they are.
Odin's Bards is going to play for the Granda because they're missing one oath.
They're also, where are we, like 300 TV behind as well. So, it's going to be a lot
of linemen and just fall the crap out of them because most linemen are fucking god tier.
I do love...
but one of them's the AV7 because they just bought the new one to replace the dead one, so they'll at least have 2 for the start of the game. I'm not sure about the whole game.
New Day Corp versus the Handsome Jacks. That's actually a game I want to watch. Because that's a really scary Chaos team versus that brilliant Ogre. That could be huge Jackman's. That could be huge Jackman's last hurrah. But at the same time, there's only a couple of hundred TV between them. So.
Is the New Day going to party hard, or is it not going to party hard?
Or is Handsome Jack just going to continue his killing spree? That's the big question there.
Yep.
And what else have we got coming up? Who haven't we covered in that?
See, the Pastry Pests are going to take Crimson Pride. Not looking good for the humans.
No, that's not a game again we'd want to be seeing. And also we've got Gamba, our very own Gamba playing the USS Sulaco, which I believe are...
Lizard Man, which are really scary.
Yeah, it's Ives and Mike as well, who's a great guy, by the way. So... there's a lot of... I love this division that we're playing because, people are starting to get to know each other a lot better, and there's a lot of banter and a lot of joking and things go on, and a lot of people, like, checking up with each other.
You know what's really funny, Steve?
Yes, sir?
Ice and Mike and Gamba are also both in our Civilization 5 game, so if this game turns out to be a salty bloodbath, we are not going to hear the end of it.
Well, not only are we not going to hear the end of it, potentially we could end up having 2 civilizations declare war on each other, which threaten. Yeah, okay, if this happens, we're totally going to hit you with nuclear war. Right, let's move to Division 2. Let's finish up the night. There's still a game there to be played. Observe React Crunch versus Dwarven Fortress. Are they both actually still in the... I'm not so sure what's going on.
Sorry, can we go back for a second?
Again.
Can we go back for a second?
Oh yeah, sure, sorry.
We still need to look at day 10 for the RDL.
We did just look at day 10. That's what we were talking about.
Oh yeah, sorry, shit out.
Are you been drinking again?
Yes.
You were just talking about fouls, you got excited. You never, I know we talked about fouls and that's your magic. Oh, okay, so it's Gamba again.
Gamba still has to play, yes, but that's also because of his work, because he is working 14 hours a day. He can't get his games done.
And this is only so the coaches actually play games rather than, they don't get free concedes. Which, we're trying to allow coaches to play the games out. What are Observe React Crunch looking like?
I'm not allowed to do that because I'd kill everybody.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that because you don't play well with others.
Oh.
You know it's true. You know you don't play well with others.
Well, it's a good week for Bretonians. Resistance is feudal ties Yeti to party.
Ooh,
I know he wasn't looking
really
forward
big
to
thing.
that game.
I love Resistance is Feudal. I love Resistance is Feudal because they've just got brilliant names for their. They just have, I love. You've seen my rat team. I love silly jokey team player names, and I love resist. I love Get Shiggy with its player names. It's just fantastic.
I think of all the teams, you love that team, and 99 is the most.
But you know, obviously, Get Shiggy with it put a little more effort in than 99ers. No offense to the wonderful 99ers coach, but still,
I am just looking at Yeti to Party, and I'm still seeing all these nigglings being alive.
Yeah, that's because you're not in that division. This is again why you're not allowed.
Why are they still alive?
Blackfire Loyalists 3-0 Stephen and the Dwarfs. Let's take a quick look at Stephen and the Dwarfs and Blackfire Loyalists, because that sounds like a hell of a game.
Isn't it just the dwarfs now? I'm pretty sure Steven died.
Steven died again?
Can we No, Stephen Dorff is in the team. Stephen Dorff is a level 1 runner with 3 SPP,
Yeah.
so you got a touchdown.
Yeah, the original Steven died.
Yeah, I think that's a clone of Steven.
I like that though. Stephen Dorff and Stephen and the Dorfs. No, that's cool. Okay, well played, DiZarino. Well played, my friend. Deacon is actually no. I get it. I get the I get the naming pattern. They're named after characters that Stephen Dorff has played in movies. Because Deacon Frost, the one that jumps out at me, the Troll Slayer, is the bad guy from Blade 1, which is played by Stephen Dorff.
Also, he has a +4 long beard.
Well, that's nice.
Says that he's missing next match.
Strength 4, Strength 4. Is it just a miss next game, or is it actually something serious? It's just a miss next game. There's a lot of only miss next games going on, so that's okay.
And he's got the level 3 Troll Slayer with the Mighty Blow and piling on, so he's going places.
Wow, that's horrible. Have you seen Tolarian Gun and Ennius in the Blackfire Loyalists?
I will in a moment.
He's a move 10 dodge catcher.
This disgusts me.
That makes me feel sick.
Is there a bounty for it? And if not, why?
This is a very good question. He's also got a Mighty Blow Blitzer. Mighty Blow Blodge Blitzer. But otherwise pretty unskilled. He seems, I don't know if he's intentionally keeping his lineman short of skills, unlike, say, Walkathon, who's been trying to get those linemen skilled up as much as possible, or if it's just, they just haven't got the SPP, but yeah, it's a pretty unskilled Elven team, which is kind of surprising considering the elves over in Gman.
Are you also getting Gamba?
I just got messaged by Gamba. I do apologise.
Yep. In the meantime, it looks like the Neckbeards actually had a rather unfortunate tie with Animal Farm, because they're 4th place and fighting to keep their playoff spot.
Yeah,
and,
that's
Animal Farm is in 8th.
It's the ones that, speaking again personally, it's the ones where you lose against someone from much further down the table that feels like it hurts the most. Because, you know, they're the ones you go in who going, this shouldn't be too bad. They're like, I'm like half a division away, and then you lose, and it's like, oh, well, that was supposed to be one of my easy games, and then you've suddenly got to work harder to be, you know, to play the hard games.
Well, that's why you play from the bottom of the table like me. Then every game you win is one you shouldn't have.
Fair enough. San Diego Blitzers, that's a pretty low team. Oh my god. Where's the rest of those Dark Elves? Come on, Mark, you seem to be missing a few people, dude. I don't want to be mean, but there's like half a team here, and 2 of them have got movement busted on blitzers. I'm just gonna not talk anymore.
Oh yeah, that's a
Why not?
Wow, yeah, that's a pretty beat up team. At least his lineman leveled up. Well, he does have 160k though, so he can replace like one.
Yeah, but if you're sat in with that team with 160k, you know you're looking at the team sheet going, where do I even begin? And the answer's a blitzer, because you need that fourth Dark Elf blitzer. But
good point. Especially considering the other 2 are a little bit beat up.
yeah, so where are we elsewhere in the team? I mean, come on, guys. There's 3 of us here. Let's work, boys. Gengar, you say something interesting.
No, just a second. Just a second.
Everyone's typing.
Everyone's typing to Gamba. Gamba, shut up and leave us alone. We love you, but we're taking the pressure off you by doing this. So don't get involved, man. We got this.
In either way,
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. No worries.
The battle for top 4 here is a lot closer than other divisions. Well, I mean, I guess 1 through 7 has a chance.
Everything which is 4 wins, I think, has a chance. Well, for the top 4 anyway, but for winning this thing, for actually winning this thing, my money is going to go to the High Elf, Dark Elf, and Norse. And to be fair, Division 2 is all about spot number 1, baby.
Yeah, and even though they had their first tie, Yeti the Party is still in a very good spot for that.
They got the exact same score that I, Cowboys, and the Heretics got.
What is going on with these Division 2s and just this one coach that just comes screaming through with like 7... well, there's these coaches that come screaming through with 7-1, 7 wins in 9 games. That's insane. That's so good. And that's certainly, proving that you are probably Division 1 material. Especially because Solar Dragonfire is looking to get that auto promotion. With, Tiny Bubbles and Trunkhead's Tiny Bubbles, let's say that in English, really making a convincing argument for second place as well.
Yeah. Somebody who I think we should be watching to see if they can snag 4th at the end of the season is the Black Raven Brawlers, because even though they're 6th on the table, they actually have 4 wins, and it just they're either winning or they're losing. They're not really having those ties. So like 1 win will catapult them up to 4th place at this point.
Absolutely correct. I mean, it's there's still I like that there's still a certain amount of volatility in there, but if you look down the second half of the division, it gets slightly tails off a little bit,
Yeah, I guess that's where they're taking all the wins from, though. I feel bad for Rats Off to you, just because I love that name for some reason. And from the looks of it, they've come very close to winning a lot of their games and just tied, and tied again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that pretty much covers everything we need to talk. Oh no, we need to look at the following schedule.
The next day.
Tiny Bubbles and Yeti to Party is the one that jumps out at you.
Oh god, that's huge. That's number 1 and number 2. That's going to be...
it's going to be a fun one.
And also, Blackfire loyalists against Surf's Up. Surf's Up not in a great position, but they aren't doing terrible. A pretty strong team, whereas Blackfire really needed, this win. The fact that Tiny Bubbles vs Yeti Party is going to seriously make a decision on the top half, on the first place spot, one way or the other. Someone's either Solar Dragonfire is going to cement his leadership, or Trunkhead's going to put himself in a position where he could actually go ahead.
Actually, yeah. If Trunkhead wins the game, he'll be ahead on a draw of Yeti to Party. He'll be the number 1 seed.
So, Soul, it's all to play for, Soul and Trunk. And certainly, I think, however that works out, it's probably going to be an interesting game to watch, because you're going to be seeing the decisions, seeing the risks that they're willing to make to kind of try and turn that into a potential win.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that game.
I think so. There's so many games we're going to have to cover. It's getting scary, man.
Oh, well, let's hope Gamba comes back to us.
Yeah, Gamba is planning to cover Venechal's game and Spoonie Bat's game if he gets time. That's basically what I'm talking about with him right now.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, as I say, I think that pretty much covers the week. So, you can't get demoted from Division 2, so it doesn't really matter too much along the bottom of the division. Sorry, guys. It's true. If you're further down, you just need to get in and do it. But it'll be fine. It'll be good. I'm sure, there's quite a few weeks left, and we've got 4 weeks left, so there's 4 more games per coach, unless you got concessions. So there's still a lot to play for. Anyone got anything else to add? Or are we good for the evening?
I am pretty good for the evening right now.
You Bretonian coaches, just hold on for the agility, and we're good.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. That agility is
Yeah,
going to
I've
be
seen
huge
that
for you guys.
conversation in the Reddit going on about the new coach actually switching over to undead.
Don't lose the faith, brother. Don't lose the faith.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
Don't let your dreams be memes. Okay, I'm done. Right, guys, that's been the weekly roundup. Sans Gamba, sadly. We may end up with a second weekly roundup if Gamba decides he wants to refilm it with us. We don't know. We're going to talk that out. We're going to find out what goes on. But otherwise, I have been Full Metal COS. I have been joined by my wonderful friend Gengar.
Signing out and trying to do damage control.
And, obviously, the wonderful Mistairs, also known as Staircase. Thank you for joining us, my friend.
You guys know how to pronounce it now, but you're still never gonna say it, alright?
Okay.
No, you're Staircase forever, dude.
Alright, see ya.
Peace!